welcome back to the Culturally Distinct Podcast. Your boy Black Adam. I'm glad you guys tuned back into the show, man. Look, it's been a long time since I've been in the studio. When I say a long time, it's probably been about 2 weeks, because last week we had Dr. Stencil. Shout out to Dr. Stencil. If you guys know any one percenter, when I say 1%, a higher earner, 1%, she only sees the higher earners. The higher earners. Make sure you refer her to Dr. Stencil. Much love to you, Dr. Stencil. Thank you guys for your support, your love. Thank you guys for the comments that you guys give me outside. I saw you guys some outside last week. I saw you guys outside this week. You guys had a lot of topics that you guys want me to discuss, especially this week because it's homecoming week. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of schools. Shout out to Texas Southern. Shout out to Southern University. Shout out to Tennessee State. Shout out to Howard. Shout out to FAMU. All you guys have your homecomings this week. Much love to you guys. And going on, when this airs, PV is going to have their homecoming that week. So we're going to be out there shooting that homecoming. So that's why I'm representing my HBCU right now. Shout out to everybody that went to HBCU. Much love to you guys. Once again, man, I thank you guys, my sponsors, for sponsoring the show, 605 Adult Beverages, Call Audio, and my man who sent me this hat, Never Leave Houston on Sundays. If you know, you know. You never leave a good place at a good time on a Sunday. So shout out to everybody that sponsored the show, man. Thank you. Thank you guys, the fan, the person that subscribed. Thank you guys, man. We're going to continue to push this content. We're going to continue to have great artists, great people, just good guests on the show, man. And thank you guys for support. Today, guys, we have a special guest. You probably seen this brother singing somewhere. I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take it way back. You probably seen this brother singing at Trez. Remember Trez back in the day?
I remember Trez. Shout out to Chantel, man.
Yeah. So his brother, he was you eating the oxtails with the what is that, eggs? This brother was singing.
Oh yeah, I forgot what they did with the oxtails, but it was fire though. Shout out to
it was dope. That was dope. You probably seen this brother at a performance, at somebody's wedding, at somebody's opening, probably at the NRG Center, and he's right there touchable because you might see this brother outside on Sundays.
Might see me on a Sunday.
I'm not going to tell you where. I'm just saying you might just see this brother out on Sunday.
And I will not tell you what state I might be in because I may not know. So it just depends. It just depends. I'm sorry, guys, if I met you and I don't remember. My bad.
We have an artist that's been signed to a major label. He's a good guy. He's been in the gym. He reminds me of Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin did that transformation. All of a sudden, Kirk Franklin got on steroids, and now he's super swole.
They told not the steroids. Shout out to Kirk Franklin, man. I met him this year. He's an amazing guy.
Right.
He's an amazing guy. He got the muscles, man.
I know, right?
He got big on boys now. Man.
He's swole patrol, man.
Yeah, man.
But everybody, I like everybody. Welcome to the show, my man, Mr. Jack Freeman.
What it do, baby?
Brother?
Hey, good to have. Glad to finally be here, man.
Finally, man. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all. So y'all don't know this. Off camera, I've been trying to get Jack to come on the show probably about 3 years since the pandemic.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why this hasn't happened. Because he would be like, "Man, you gotta come do my podcast, Culturally Distinct." I was like, "Cool, hit me up." Gave him my number, all that stuff. And then never heard from him again. And so I see him all the time, and I see him, and he'd be like, "Man, you gotta come do the podcast. You gotta come do the podcast." So this time I called his bluff. This time, what was it, Saturday when I saw you?
Yeah, Sunday.
He's Sunday, yeah. He's like, "Man, you gotta come do the podcast." And I was like, "When do you record?" He's like, "This week, like on Tuesday." I said, "Cool, I'll come Tuesday."
See how easy that was?
Yeah.
Bam.
It was very easy.
And that we finally got him up here. So for all the questions that you guys been asking, the comments that I see in the videos, we're gonna get through that. Even if we talking about relationships, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the major thing right there. People right now in the fall weather, it's cool.
It's cuffing season. People get lonely.
Absolutely.
All right.
So it's like, all right. So look, Jack, let me ask you this: you're originally from Houston, right?
Yep. North side.
North side, born and raised.
Born and raised North side.
So when you started singing?
I've always sang. Like, I knew I could sing at like 6.
Okay.
But I played football, so I didn't actually make music until I played at UTEP for 2 years.
Okay.
And then when I left and I came to PV and stopped playing ball, I started making music around that time.
Shout out to PV. You just slipped that in there. Now, earlier off camera, we had a conversation about PV and Southern, and those top tier schools. The Southerns I'm talking about, but the middle major. The PVs.
Let me tell you something, man. PV produces productive people. Is the greatest HBCU in the world.
Ooh.
It's probably the greatest college in the world.
Wow.
Actually.
Wow.
Glad you mentioned homecoming because I'm performing at homecoming this year on the alumni stage.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay.
Saturday after the game, because we're not going to be shutting down our homecoming at 7 p.m.
Oh, that's right.
We won't be doing that.
Ooh, I heard about that.
We won't be doing that.
I heard about that. The school, the whole campus shut down at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, campus. Everybody got to get the hell out of there at 7 o'clock. But yes, PV, it's like a family thing. My dad went to PV. My sister went to PV. My brother-in-law went to Prairie View. My niece is at Prairie View now. A lot of my other family members are Prairie View alum. It's in the blood.
So it's a legacy. It's a legacy, man.
Definitely so.
So you started singing. You was younger. Did you ever do the choir?
I did the children's choir at church. Like, I probably lasted a few months, and then when I started playing football, practice was on Wednesdays.
Right.
And then I went just.
Yeah, you couldn't do it. You was too tired.
15 years of football is when I.
What you played?
Play wide receiver.
Receiver? Oh, you was a receiver? Oh, you just inside slot?
I play slot. I did play outside every now and then. I play like X sometimes,
okay.
but I was a slot guy. So.
Okay, I know that, man. Okay, you was outside. You was X. If you was X, you was the go-to then.
I was pretty fast.
I got you.
I was pretty fast. But the thing about it though was I like to say that first wave of true slot receivers, some fell by the wayside and some didn't. So like your Wes Welkers and your Danny Amendolas obviously made it to the league and did their thing.
Right.
Percy Harvin made it to the league, did his thing. I think Tavon Austin, guys like that.
They need them smaller receivers that's very shifty and
Absolutely. So yeah, man.
That's
good
dope.
Time, yeah.
So the singing part of it, man. I want to get to the singing side because to sing, you write, right?
Yep.
So to sing is one thing. To write is another. Right? And I wanna go through your mind. When you write a song, do you write a song in the intentions of singing it, selling it, having a certain like mood category, like say you're going on a date or you going like an anniversary? What kind of mood do you be in when you write?
So to answer the first part of the question, that depends on what the session is for.
Okay.
So if I'm in a session where I have to write for someone else, then I got to think about their voice and what they would typically say, what they wouldn't say, things like that. For the most part, though, I write mostly for me.
Okay.
So I create my project. So like I'm a little bit different in that, like in Houston, there wasn't just this huge abundance of artists that we could reach out to and write songs for. Like everybody was in like LA and New York and Atlanta and Miami and all that stuff. So by necessity, I was just the guy that I was writing the songs for all the time. And so I guess the way I viewed it was, and I did want to be an artist. It wasn't like I just was trying to write for other people and I decided to do it myself. Like I was always trying to do my own thing. But, but I've gotten in places now where I've written for other artists and things like that. But the reason why I do that is because when you're just a songwriter or you're just a producer, which you can make a great living off of, the problem is that you then have to send it to the people that you wrote it for and then wait. And then wait and wait and wait. And sometimes you might get a record.
What you mean wait? Like wait for them to
cut it, wait for it to make the album.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like there's
right.
albums that take different shapes. So like when people spend years recording the album, sometimes they scrap everything and do another thing.
Yeah.
and the album that you think is coming out back in 2016 doesn't come out until 2020, and the 6 records that you wrote for that now is 1 record or no records or something like that.
Gotcha.
And it's really hard when you write for certain artists that, like, you know, because once they put their voice on it, you can't really give it to nobody else. Sometimes, like, it's really hard to give it to other people.
So you can't give them the instrumental. You could. It's just because it's already cut. It's mastered already.
So like when we record, say, I'm gonna just throw a name out there. Say I'm in the studio and I'm writing a song for Usher, right?
Okay.
If I write the song and I cut the vocal on the song, when I give it to Usher, Usher's either going to cut the record or he's not gonna cut the record. If he don't like it, he's not gonna cut it.
Correct.
He might cut it, but then it might not make the album.
Right.
And in that situation, you probably not gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? Other times there's other situations where a song that didn't go to a song that was meant for Usher ended up with Chris because, you know, so it's like certain artists that like you kind of write certain songs and it's like, all right, well, this record could go for this person or this person, this person. And so that's why you start hearing stories about how
this was supposed to be.
Oh, this was supposed to be this person's record. Or this is like one of the ones I was talking about a few weeks ago was Just a Friend by Mario.
Yeah.
It was an Usher record. It was an Usher record, and then the album got leaked. And then they scrapped the whole album, and then they gave the song to Mario. It started Mario's career, and then Usher then created 8701. It was
right?
8701.
8701. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope because I never knew how that whole like maturation takes place. I know I heard it, like I heard Kanye say it all the time. He said, "Well, this was for Dre because the drums, but Scarface got it." But then, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, if they cut it already, how is it for them? They probably just remade it.
Yeah. And so what happens typically is that artists that are on majors that have, you know, A&Rs and stuff like that, they get put on a who's looking list.
Okay.
And sometimes there's writer camps that are made for these artists that are looking for records. So like you might go to a session like last year I went to a writers camp with B Cox and it was the who's looking list was like BTS and then it was I think Chris was on that list. I think just like certain Summer Walker, I think, you know, just
Right.
certain artists that are like, you know, they looking for records. And you send those records off and then you just hope they place.
Right.
And if they don't place, then you just kind of stuck. So at least for me, when I write for me, I know whether I'm going to use it or not. You know what I'm saying?
So what if you cut an album yourself for you,
Yeah.
but somebody wants it? Do you continue to?
That depends on what you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Like if I got a record that I think is a hit and I want it for me, but then an Usher or a Chris or a you know, even like a girl, if they want it and they want to use it, then you got to be able to reconcile like, okay, do I get a song to this bigger artist and maybe it changes my life? Or do I keep it because this is part of a narrative or a story that I want to tell for me? And
What do you do in that situation?
I've never been brought that situation.
Okay.
So I couldn't even, like, I could sit here and tell you what I would do, but then I would also kind of be lying because it just depends. Like, it's like, if I want it for me, then I just want it for me. But if somebody's going to take this song further than I needed it to be taken,
Right.
then, you know, that's when you got to think business and think writer and, you know, think that. And you kind of got to, like, sometimes artists are really, like, precious with their thing.
Right.
So, like, they're not going to let it go until they ready to let it go. And they're going to let it go on their terms. And sometimes it can help you and sometimes it can hinder you.
It's like what's the artist? Erykah Badu when she said, "I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about
my shit, man. Like, it's because you also got to understand that, like, maybe that record can't be cut the same way as, you know, and it's not any shade to the artist, but
Right.
like me and Usher sound different. So I may sound different singing You Don't Have to Call.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like he would sound different singing Lips or something like one of my records. You know what I'm saying? So it just really depends, and but sometimes if they willing to push it the way they get, because they really could just buy your record, or they really could just like take your record and with intentions of putting it out and then kill the record because they might not ever see the light of day. You know what I'm saying? So, you hear those stories a lot in the industry, man, of just like songs that were supposed to be for something else or supposed to be for this person's album, and it just ends up somewhere else. I was just telling somebody else the other day, the exact same thing that's happening with the U.S. government right now is what's happening in the music industry. They brought in a nigga that bought a car company, didn't make the car. He bought a car company, put his name on it, and then he goes to the U.S. government and they say, we need to save money, and he just starts gutting everything. Yeah. So then
he goes missing.
The equivalent to that is Black Adam tells me, hey, bro, I need you to come and fix my car. Something going on under the hood. And I open the hood, and I don't know anything about cars. And I say, man, we don't need that. It's the alternator. We don't need that. It's the battery. We don't need that. It's transmission fluid. And then I say, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what these people are trying to tell you, the consumer, what you should care about when it comes to the music, right? They're telling you that it's not fun making music anymore. They're telling you don't nobody want to hear ABC, blah, 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 blah. And what they're doing is basing it on numbers while also gutting the entire music industry. There are entire radio divisions at certain labels that have been fired.
Really?
There's they've been, every major label, the big three labels, Warner, Sony, and Universal have gone through mass layoffs for the last at least 2 years.
They don't have no more research department. They don't have development.
People who have had their jobs for 15 years, 20 years, have no job anymore. They woke up the next day, had no job. And they've been doing it in waves. Like I think one of the major labels went again last week and started doing mass layoffs. And so when they're doing this, they're trying to cut the costs and get ready for whatever merger could be happening or whatever, I don't know, tax cuts or whatever. They're also dropping artists too. They're dropping artists because they spent so much money on this artist and all of this stuff. And then all they're doing is really writing off the money that they gave the artists and then getting it back. Because the old catalog, like, it don't matter who they sign at Epic today that fails within 6 months.
Right.
Because they got Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson's catalog is probably gonna float them forever for the rest of their lives. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're doing. They bringing in all of this stuff. They're flirting with this AI thing, and they're saying, "Oh, you better get in to the new frontier, or else you like." It's like almost like a threat to artists. But everybody that I know that still make music, Brian Michael Cox is in the studio making songs. He's there right now. I just talked to him a couple hours ago. He's there right now.
So making music. So the process of making music. One, to the consumer, to the listener.
Yeah,
I'm a person. I'm not a musician.
Right.
But I know music.
Right.
Right. I know how to read music and I count music. But I'm not a musician, and I know what music's supposed to feel like.
Right.
Right. So when someone is singing it, or someone has a song, like say your song, MVP. Yeah. It resonates. It's like, first thing you think about, okay, put your top down, ride on a Sunday. Through Third Ward, right? Yeah. And MVP talking about a chick, whatever. Yeah. Right. That is the feel that the listener is supposed to have versus having this unauthentic experience or this process, and that's like a machine or whatever process, and it's like everything is like it's like dancing, right? Yeah. You have no style, you have no freestyle.
It's literally a frequency. There's frequencies and there's sounds within the music that are supposed to make you feel a certain type.
Right, absolutely.
So if it was a song, like the crunk music era, them niggas was trying to make you fight.
Absolutely.
That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was. They was trying to make you fight. And every time it came on in the club, a fight broke out.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to make you want to like love songs are supposed to make you want to love somebody. The reason why, and it's so funny that you brought up MVP, because MVP is literally me, Brian, and Adonis creating a song that lives in the world of Lady by D'Angelo. That is literally what that is. That song is, it's not a sample. It's not, we didn't use none of the lyrics or nothing like that. The BPM is the same.
Right. Okay.
The elements of the record are wildly the same.
Okay. So it's
Because
like
we did that on purpose. Like, we did that because Brian said to me, like, man, it's some records, it's some stuff, man, by D'Angelo, man. Like, we gotta do something with that. We gotta do something with that. We gotta do something with Lady and all that stuff. And I'm in the studio, and it came on. And I'm like, this is because when you listen to Lady ain't about nothing but him telling you, you my lady.
You my lady, right?
And in the verse, he telling you all the things that he loves
about his lady.
Yeah. That's exactly what MVP is. It's exactly what MVP is. And I say it's funny because, because of his untimely passing today.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, it's artists that put out those types of frequencies that I don't think I would be doing this if it wasn't for them.
Right.
So, this Donny Hathaway, but I wasn't alive when Donny Hathaway was alive, but he's my favorite artist, right? Yeah. Stevie, there's Prince, and then there's Usher, and then there's Whitney and Shaka Khan and P-Funk and all these people that like made me feel certain things.
Right.
That feeling that you get, like when you hear a record, like I hear this, I do this all the time. I hear a record, whether it be new or old, and I'm like, this is what the fuck music is supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
Like, this is like when I hear certain hip hop songs, like this is how niggas supposed to rap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's the feeling like that I get. And you, as the listener and the consumer, you can dictate that as well, because the things that you don't like, you never have to listen to. So if you know you want more of this, then whatever this is, needs to be at the top of your streaming algorithm at all times, because the niggas sitting behind computers are only signing and pushing the thing that you talking about and you listening to.
Right.
Every single time. That is why that's why somebody can go viral on TikTok for saying something funny, and before you know it, they got a record deal.
Yeah.
And they don't even make music.
Right. That is funny. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Like, that's you have the power to just, like, because the best way you can actually get rid of a lot of these artists and a lot of these entities, ignore it.
True.
Like, don't talk about it at all. Don't tell me it's trash.
Right.
Don't tell me it's trash,
right.
because if 1 million people tell you it's trash, they're saying this person got 1 million impressions.
Absolutely.
We going with the impressions.
You're listening to it. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So let me ask you this. I know you said something about the feeling. The first song came to mind was when I believe I wasn't in college. I was right out of college.
Yeah.
But Kanye had a song said, "Wait till I get my money right."
Yep.
But when
wait till I get my money right. Oh,
but that feeling, right?
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I wait till I get my money right." It's like that feeling, right? Or like, "Do you realize that you're a champion?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
But it's like you like, okay, I'm about to get up, I'm about to hustle, about to grind, whatever. And it's that feeling, right? So what songs for you that, I know you named some artists just now, but what songs that are your go-to that you might get up in the morning or inspire you when you write that next record? Be like, you know what? Let me go into a headspace where, I'm like, okay, I wanna have that feeling. I wanna come at this record with this.
Yeah, man. It varies, man. Like, I think one of the best opening records on any album ever is Player Player by D'Angelo, right?
Okay.
Like, for him to start a record like that. Like, you knew at that point you was in for a ride.
Right.
There's some Usher records that I think are just like impeccable, like Superstar, like Can You Handle It, Seduction.
Oh yeah.
You Don't Have to Call.
Mm-hmm.
I am a big fan of Good Kisser.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite songs by him. I like Bad Habits by Usher. Like I thought it was an amazing record.
You put a glue? You're glue?
Love Glue. You Got It Bad, Burn. You know what I mean? Like then you got with Donnie. Donnie's different because I hear records and I'm like, I don't think I can ever be that good.
Yeah, he was crisp.
Like yeah, like he didn't hit bad notes ever.
Very crisp.
And the vocal, the writing was impeccable too. Giving Up is one of my favorite records by him. It's my favorite by. I Love You More Than You'll Ever Know.
Mm-hmm.
A Song for You.
Yeah, Giving Up had pain in that record.
Yeah. Back Together Again with is Roberta Flack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Roberta Flack. Just so many records, man. Like Jump to It by
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah. By the way, for the youngins listening, Luther Vandross wrote an entire album for Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
And it is, in my opinion, the best Aretha album. Jump to it. Yeah. It's got Luther's fingerprints all over it. The Isleys got records for, I mean, literally 5 decades.
Absolutely.
Like 50 years of just like In Between the Sheets. Like when I make records that are about like intimacy and like the bedroom and stuff like that, I want to make records that feel like the records that I, Jodeci, Cry for You and My Heart Belongs to You and
Stay and all that.
Stay, yeah, man. Like those types of records. When I want to make upbeat feeling records, like when I did my record Boy Toy, I'm like, nah, this got to be Yarborough and Peoples and Cameo. Like this need to be that. And if I can't execute it the right way, I don't want to put it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on the mood that I'm in to try to make records. Like I will go back to records and be like, man, they gotta feel like this. I'm also a movie person too. So like sometimes I will tell the producer like I want it to feel like a Tarantino movie.
Okay.
I want it to feel like a Spike Lee movie.
Got you.
Or I'll be like, hey, have you ever seen such and such? And be like, and I'm trying to give them like give me that.
Give me your favorite Tarantino movie. Your favorite.
Ooh.
His movie is so gory.
Yes. I'm going to say Django's definitely one. Pulp Fiction is also very much up there. True Romance is also another of mine. Those are probably like my 3, because Reservoir Dogs is hard. Like, I love Reservoir Dogs. But I'm gonna say Django though.
Django? Yeah, Django.
Yeah.
I was watching Django the other night, man.
Yeah, man. I'm mad because he was supposed to do a Star Trek.
Oh, was he?
He was supposed to do a Star Trek, and it was like years. Like he was supposed to be doing this, and they just never did it. Yeah.
That's funny, man. So let me ask you this, because I know you mentioned. Now you mentioned this. I didn't mention this. You mentioned when you making records for intimacy and making love and all that stuff. So I want to ask you, the ladies want to know. First of all, are you single?
Yes.
So look, you're single, right?
Yes.
So that's why I need my co-host here. Females got to answer this question. It's weird for me to ask these questions. But so, what does a single man that talks about intimacy, right? That sings about intimacy. How does how does love look for you? Are you looking for love?
That is that's a question that I have been back and forth about the answer is, am I looking for love? Then I would love to be with somebody that I love for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Absolutely. a lot of it has to do with the timing of where my life is and where we at the moment. I'm one of those that's like I'm in a position now where I feel like I don't want to be able to say no to my partner.
Okay.
Because I can't. I don't have the capacity to, or I don't have the I want to give my partner everything that she, wants and needs. I want to be able to say no, but I don't want to have to say no.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Just say yes, huh? To everything.
Yeah, like just, because the type of partner that I would like to have isn't going to put me in a situation where they know I'm going to say yes, so they just take advantage of the situation.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
I ain't just going to blindly go in here and just be saying yes to everything and you out here bleeding me dry and, just having your way. You know what I mean? Like the type of person I want to spend the rest of my life with is not that type of person. They're going to pour into me the way that I pour into them. And I know that that's maybe controversial to people that want to have battle of the sexes arguments all the time and feel like they're entitled to certain things that they're not really entitled to. But I want to be able to come into a situation and have the same type of accountability that I would like from my partner.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the reason why dating sucks for everybody so bad is because everybody got expectations and demands, but don't nobody have no accountability.
So in Houston, do you think dating sucks? I heard somebody say this last week. They said, Houston, I hate Houston because Houston is not a place to date.
I've had an amazing time dating in Houston. Whether we worked out in the long run or not, I am blessed to have been able to say that I've met and shared spaces and time with some of the most beautiful, amazing, like intelligent women. I've had a couple of horror stories, but like that doesn't even remotely outweigh how many great women that there actually are.
Right.
Beautiful, intelligent, driven, well-dressed, like black women with jobs and got like all the things that they say these women ain't got. I'm meeting them all the time. They come to my shows all the time.
Well, I want to rephrase that question. They said Houston is not a place to get married. You can't find you could date, but it's hard to find that one.
That's also funny to me too because most of my really close friends are all married and been married a while. You know what I mean? Like I was the best man. Well, one of my best friends got married twice. I was the best man at both his weddings.
Oh wow. Okay.
A lot of my friends are married with children, and I know they ain't wilding out.
Right.
Because as much as I'm out, I don't see them. They at home with I'll see them and they be like, I got to schedule time with these dudes.
They got
and the wife, you know what I'm saying? I got to talk to the wife. And I certainly respect it because I'm not the one that be like, man, forget that, man. Come on. Hang with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just live a totally different life from my friends.
So you want to be married?
I would like to. Yeah, I think so.
Kids?
Yeah. Yeah, eventually. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any kids right now. So I think it's definitely something and it's also I have a different outlook on all of it because my parents been married 45 years.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
I just don't know a time where I didn't know where my daddy was. You know what I'm saying? I don't know a time where I was just apart from my mom for months at a time, unless I was off at school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just have
Well, you have a different you have an advantage because a lot of people don't have that. They don't have a 2-parent home, and then for that type of compass, that 45-year, I guess that 45-year, you see that type of relationship, right? So you have an advantage because a lot of people haven't seen that, male and female.
Yeah.
So when they look at a successful relationship or a successful partnership, they don't have the gauge off of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think what also helped me, because there's always dialogue about whether marriage is, a good thing or what's in it for the man and
Absolutely.
what's in it for the woman to be married and all that kind of stuff. And first of all, I want to tell everybody, do what the hell works for you. Whatever works for you and yours, do that and stop arguing about it all the time. Do what works for you. Find people that also want to do that with you and then go do that, right? One of the things that helped me was actually earlier this year. My father was in a really dire health situation. And without going into too much detail, there were times where my father was not like here with us. Okay, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, he was knocked out. He was in a coma or whatever you would want to call it. He was sedated or intubated. You know what I mean? And a few of the things that happened that also made me admire my mother even more and really have even much more of a closer love with my siblings than I already did is that we had to have conversations every time something had to happen for my father, a procedure to happen, and all that. If you've been in that situation, you know that there is always a form that you got to sign that talks about whether or not if we lose them on the table or her on the table,
They're not responsible.
do you resuscitate them or do you let them go?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And those are the conversations you have to have, you know, amongst your family, and somebody got to be the one to say yes or no, right? And in those times, when you're this man who's lived your entire life thinking that you invincible and everybody here for you and everybody here because you like all of this, like these women this and these women that, blah, blah, blah. When you in that hospital bed alone and none of the women that were in your life are around anymore.
Yeah, that's real.
And can't have any type of say so, even if they are around, they don't have no say so in your life. The children that you were never a father to ain't around. Or they there because they like, you just my dad and I just, or you just my mama and you weren't really any good to me or whatever. Those types of situations that you got to have, those conversations that you have to have are important. And that's why marriage is an important thing. Because when you, like, where do you leave your stuff behind? And who do you leave it behind to?
Right.
Who do you know what I'm saying? We see it with celebrities all the time. They die and then they're fighting over the estate.
Right.
Because the new wife or this kid from the other mother ain't feeling part of the team. Or, you know, the girlfriend ain't this, or that person is in a situation where they're about to go, but the new person in their life is shielding him from everybody or her from everybody that loves them, and they don't get no information and all that kind of stuff. Those are the type of things that make marriage important to me, because this shit gonna end for everybody.
Absolutely.
So if it's gonna end, who you leave it to? Who do you who's gonna sit there and advocate for you when you know you don't want to go?
That's right.
Like, you know you don't want to go, but you can't talk because you got a tube down your throat.
Yeah. That's important you said that, because one, picking the right partner, you will want somebody. You get in an accident, you get, you know, something hurt. You want that person by your bedside.
Yeah. I don't want nobody around me that when it's bad for me, either I hit a bad financial situation or I hit a bad health situation and you know where to be found.
Right. Yeah, that's when you
Like that's the worst feeling. Like, I think that there's a lot of people that die alone that don't have to. And there's a lot of people that go through all of their stuff alone because when they go through it, everybody leaves. Everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, they ain't got no motion no more, man. They ain't pushing the bins. They ain't buying bottles at the club no more. They blah, 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 man. They fell on some hard time. Oh, man, he about to, like, you with me when I'm up. But, like, Where are you when I gotta downsize this house? Where are you when I gotta sell the Benzes?
Yeah, that's real.
Where are you when I done randomly had a stroke and I gotta learn how to walk again? Where are you? Where are these
Yeah, that's
people?
real.
And when those people ain't there, that's the part about like companionship and just like friendship and relationship that people should actually be thinking about. Because me and Brian was talking about this today. Brian calls me, Bcos calls me today, and he's like, man, because we talking about D'Angelo, and we like, man, like, he's like, man, people really got to take inventory of what their life is. Go to the doctor.
That's right.
Check on yourself. Figure it out. You know, whatever your situation is, because we moving around like we got it. And everything in this country is shattering right now. And people are dying of things that could be avoided, could be treated early, could be, you know, not even saying that that's D'Angelo's issue, because from what I understand, he's been battling whatever he was battling for a long time.
Pancreatic cancer.
And some people just don't, you know, but we moving around with people that are trying to fix the situation and they not surviving it. So imagine what's gonna happen to you when you not trying at all.
Yeah.
When you not taking care of yourself and your thing and all of your, like, I had a health scare last year that I never would have thought I would have been through.
Really?
Ever. A lot of people don't know this. Like, I never told really anybody except the people that were like really closest to me. I was on tour, I had a heart attack.
Really?
I had a mild heart attack in DC.
Wow.
And the only person that was there, like, I told the people I was on tour with, but I told them don't worry about it because I was going to be out, feeling like I was going to be okay. The only person that was around for me was my manager.
Wow.
It was Craig. And I told my parents and, you know, all that stuff, and they were worried and all that stuff, and I just told them don't come. And the next day, I got discharged. You know, my levels came back to where they were. Went and did my show.
Wow. Yeah, that's a scare, man. Because one, it's important. Like you said, black men's health is important. Go to the doctor.
Go to the doctor, man. Go to the doctor, man. Like, please, man, go to the doctor, bro.
Yes.
Like, you know, I was just looking at Jazzy Faye's Instagram recently. He said he went in there to go get some dental work done, and his blood pressure was like 252 over 100 and something.
Wow.
And the doctor said, I don't even know how you alive.
Wow.
And so he had to go on this diet and make sure that he was like losing weight and taking in more fruits and vegetables. And he's on this big kick now. The man lost like 75 pounds this year.
Wow. Yeah, that's important.
And like, it's like, that's hard. Like and I don't feel uncomfortable telling that because I know he just went on Instagram and told everybody, right? So like, but I'm like, man, as much as I see Jazzy Faye in Atlanta, and as much as I know Brian sees Jazzy Faye, and like, he could be out in the club with us kicking it, and he could have just dropped dead in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't know what the hell to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Big Pokey. That man died in front of his fans.
Yeah.
Fat Man Scoop died in front of his fans.
Performing, right?
Performing.
Yeah.
These people were on stage, and they dropped dead right in front of us, man. And it, again, it's scary when you don't have nobody else to advocate for you in your life and in your death. Like, how does that even, you know, that's a thing that I always think about when it comes to that part of it. Like, marriage is great. Family is great. All the things that come with marriage and, you know, bills and all of that kind of stuff, like, all of that, like, find your person and figure it out. Like,
right. Yeah.
And do what works for you.
Absolutely.
You know, do what works for you. If y'all want to be married and go be swingers, go be swingers. Be happy doing what y'all doing.
Happy swingers.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to be married and go to church every Sunday and or the mosque, or do whatever you want to do. Do what works for you. And I promise you, if you just only do things with people that want to do those things with you, you will not have so many issues on social media about what everybody doing and what they not doing.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
So, that's funny. So, I heard you mention D'Angelo a couple of times, but I
Yeah.
wanna play this. You got to pick one now. It was a word game, right? It's not a word game, but it's more of which one would you select and why?
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna name some artists, some producers, some composers, and of today's time and the past.
Okay.
And which one would you pick and why?
Okay.
D'Angelo, R. Kelly.
D'Angelo.
Said that fast, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Lots of reasons why. D'Angelo, in my opinion, was a better songwriter.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Then R. Kelly?
Yeah, I think R. Kelly was a more prolific songwriter.
Okay.
I think he wrote more stuff. I think he put out more stuff, and he wrote more stuff on other people. I go with D'Angelo because of that. Two, I don't want to be in no studio where a child walks in, and I don't know why that child is there.
D'Angelo, Raphael Sadiq.
D'Angelo and Raphael are kind of like,
You gotta pick one.
I'm only going to pick Ray because Ray is very instrumental in D'Angelo's career.
Yeah.
And Ray as a solo artist is still incredible. And Tony is one of my favorite groups.
Okay. That's fair. Babyface.
Mm-hmm.
I can't compare Babyface to D'Angelo. That's you know
That's a
that.
tough one.
Yeah. But Babyface, Quincy Jones.
I love Babyface. Quincy is without question the greatest music composer of all time.
Yes.
And if I had ever gotten a chance to even just shake Quincy's hand, I could die happy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Quincy,
Okay.
but Babyface was
Yeah. A
he's
monster.
still a monster.
Yes. It showed that he got.
He just won a Grammy last year.
It showed that he got right now. It's on tour.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Every single song from Whitney Houston to he went
Yeah.
back to some After 7.
Babyface has a
Tony
timeless pen.
Braxton.
Babyface, when people say king of R&B, to me, he's the king of R&B.
Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Now, take out the dancing
Okay.
because everybody looks at him. Chris Brown and Usher.
I prefer Usher.
Usher.
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer Usher mostly because it's what I grew up on. Me and Chris are like around the same age. I've always thought that Usher had the polish that I always wanted.
Okay.
And Usher for me, me and Brian were talking about this a few months ago. To me, I believe that Usher is the LeBron James of R&B music.
Okay.
And I think that Chris is Allen Iverson.
Or the other way around, because Usher is older.
Yeah. But
So you say Usher is the
and I say it in this, Usher's Kobe and LeBron.
got you. Okay.
In the way that they take care of their bodies. Chris is raw, real talent, like can do anything,
Yeah.
right? How much of that time he spends like recovering and trying to I think everybody knows that he has certain habits that
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Like he can just wake up and go do the thing that he wants to do. Usher treats his body like an athlete. Like I think and I think the reason why I say one is LeBron and Kobe and the other one is Iverson is they both love Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan is Michael Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So you figure out what they do and you took it to a different level. You took it to another level and you created your own thing out of it. Usher is like he's a machine, man. Like I've seen Usher in places like we'll be at a club, he might pop up at the club in Atlanta. We might be chilling or whatever, and then and then he be out there with us, and then me, B Cox, Jermaine might be around, all that stuff, and then the next day, on the tour, 2 hours, just like 2 real hours,
Yeah,
like
the regiment.
Like not even, because I saw Chris's tour, and he was taking a lot of breaks in between because it's a long show. It's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And he's taking like 15, 20 minute, intermissions. Usher's intermission was like, Usher's like breaks are like just the wardrobe change.
You sit and come back out, right?
He come back out there and he done put on
skates and shit. And
skates,
a long
floor,
robe,
and he's doing that for 20 minutes, and it's a floor length
mink
fur coat, and he got it in different colors. He had the red one, he had the black one, he had a white one, and then he just smooth with it, man. Like I truly believe that there's nothing Usher can't do.
Yeah,
like he just learns the thing and then he does the thing. So
he's dope.
Yeah, I go Usher.
So I'm gonna go to producers now. Can't be biased now.
Okay.
You mentioned his name a couple of times.
Yeah.
Brian Michael Cox.
Yep.
I know you're listening. Brian Michael Cox.
Yep.
Jermaine Dupri.
I gotta go with my guy.
Okay.
I gotta go with Brian. Love Jermaine. Like I still want to get some records with Jermaine. We spend a lot of time together, but we're always working on other things.
Okay.
So but people don't realize that when Jermaine was named the #1 R&B and hip hop producer on Billboard based on the amount of #1s he had, which is 13. Second was Brian with 11.
It is a lot because of Beyonce, those artists like
Yeah,
that.
like Brian got, what is it, 9 Grammys? I want to say. Brian, and the most of the reason is just because, the way Brian's just like embraced me over these past few years, and now we're in business together, doing this thing together, and the way he shows up for me when I need him, and when I don't need him, like he just shows up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I greatly appreciate that, and yeah, and I say Brian because I can always get to Jermaine through Brian.
Right, gotcha.
So,
So what about Brian Michael Cox and Frank Ocean?
Brian, yeah.
Okay, you said that fast.
Yeah. It's
Frank Ocean?
all respect to Frank Ocean.
Okay.
All respect to Frank Ocean. He ain't Brian. It ain't. It ain't.
Giveon. So what about Giveon and Brian?
Still Brian. I think I don't know that Giveon as an artist really exists without Brian Michael Cox. I don't like. I'm gonna say this, and I've said this before. You got Brian Michael Cox to thank for a lot.
Yeah. You've been around a long time.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like every major label in existence has made a lot of money because of Brian Michael Cox and Jermaine. The early 2000s R&B and that late 90s R&B that you guys love so much, Brian's fingerprints are all over that.
Yeah.
Whether it be Jagged Edge or Usher or Mariah or Mary
Yeah.
or I believe he got a couple records with 112. I think he does. They're on Alicia Keys' first album. They're, Ideal. You know what I mean? Like we can continue to do this. Like it ain't no. He got Grammys with Robert Glasper. They're best friends.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
we,
Yeah.
we could do this for a long time, and the staying power that Brian has had. Like Brian is over 25 years in this.
Yes, he's been a while.
Coming
Yes.
up on 30. His first hit record was like 1997. He got a hit record in every decade.
Yeah. That's
He got a
dope.
hit record in the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and the 2020s.
Nobody ever talks about that either. Like he's like a silent killer.
Yeah. He's he just won a Grammy for Money Long, for Made for Me. Him and Brian, him
Really?
and Jermaine. Yeah, they
Oh.
produced Made for Me.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The hit that they had before that was Pressure by Ari Lennox. You know what I mean? Then
So this staying relevant.
yeah, like it's
Unicorns.
yeah, Division. They're signed to Jermaine right now.
Oh, Division is?
Yeah,
Okay.
they did the last album. They did his last album. You know what I mean? Like they're like and then me. Like Brian is arguably the greatest producer Houston has ever produced.
That's my last question I'm about to ask.
Yeah.
But it wasn't gonna be more producer.
Mhm.
Outside of Beyonce, because of course we know Beyonce is the most decorated person that comes out of Houston.
Mhm.
With all the talent that Houston, not Texas, Houston has. And we talking about the Robert Glaspers. All right, we talking about the Bun B's. We talking about the Jack Freemans. We talking about the Brian Michael Coxes. We talking about the Lil Kikis, the Slim Thugs, the UGKs, the H-Town. Right? We talking about artists that come out of Houston alone.
Face. Yeah.
All right? Scarface, Ghetto Boys, J Prince. Do you think what city, not state, could compare to Houston in terms of the whole thing, from producing to rap to R&B?
Definitely Atlanta.
Okay.
Definitely LA. New York too.
Now, I'm talking about they didn't move there. I'm talking about they are originally born.
Y'all
and
know
raised there.
SWV from New York.
Really?
SWV I think is from New York. Mary's from New York.
Yeah.
One of my favorite art, D Train, from back in the 80s. He's from New York, I believe. Let's see, Rich Harrison's from DC. LA, I mean, you gotta think, man, it's
I think Houston is giving everybody a run for their money, man.
we are. Because here's the other thing. Most of us left Houston and were responsible for everybody else's sound. DJ Premier is from Houston.
That's right, Premier, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Brian moved to Atlanta when he was 19, and is a pillar in that city as far as the music and the music goes out there. Robert moved to New York to go to school, and he's an early collaborator of Bilal, and an early he's like the standard in jazz music right now.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Robert Glasper, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of folks moved to LA and are prominent musicians on the circuit, like playing for other people and going on tour with these people, writing for people, things like that. Like that's the only thing that kind of like splinters us a little bit. Donnie Scance live in LA. Like Donnie Scance is, heavy on Miguel, fingerprints on Miguel.
I forgot about Travis Scott.
And Travis Scott, and you know what I mean? Like
Dom Kennedy.
Dom is from LA. Dom is from LA.
Okay.
But like you said, Megan guys like K Reno and Mr. 3-2. Like, Mr. 3-2 gave Snoop a lot of his lingo. You know what I'm saying? Like Houston is definitely
up there.
Absolutely up there.
Give me the top 3 cities. Top 3. Now I'm biased now because I'm from New Orleans, so
what's down with you?
So give me your top 3 cities of I'm talking about everything.
For music,
just music in general.
I would go, no particular order, Atlanta, Houston, and LA.
Oh wow, you ain't got New Orleans in it?
New Orleans is up there for sure. I would put them in my top 5.
I think we number 1.
I mean, I know you feel like you're number 1. I'm saying. And to be fair, also, okay, one point, New Orleans, y'all are a smaller city than everybody else, and y'all got immense talent. Like there's like I love New Orleans. Like this is one of my favorite cities. I also would be remiss to not mention that Chicago, Detroit, and Philly all have like
dope.
Like
Philly is crazy,
going all the way back to the 60s and 70s on a lot of this. Like
Detroit,
I ain't even gonna like act like they don't get busy with what they doing. They probably Detroit probably got the most
Detroit
history and most, but then you got, I mean, I can't even go city with them. I have to go entire state, but like Virginia is, I mean, you got Pharrell, you got Missy,
Timberland.
you got the Clips, and you got D'Angelo, and you got Genuine, and you got, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of them, but I would say Houston, Atlanta, LA, mostly because most of my favorite artists are kind of like
in them areas.
I
got you.
Donnie's from Chicago. Donnie Hathaway's from Chicago.
Where's D'Angelo from?
Virginia.
Virginia? Okay.
He's from I think he's from Richmond.
I think so too.
I think he's from Richmond. And Pharrell and them from like Virginia Beach. But I do believe that he's from Richmond, Virginia. And then, got Dre and, come on, LA is
LA is like
LA is
stock,
just LA. You know what I mean? But if I had a 5, I would say New Orleans was up there. I would say New York is probably up there. Because I mean, Jay-Z's my favorite rapper. So
yeah, okay, that's fair.
But yeah.
I tell everybody we got John Baptiste, so that kills everything. But it's all good.
That's the one you hanging your head on. John Baptiste, not even the Marcellus brothers or the family.
We had the Neville brothers.
The Neville brothers, yep.
But John Baptiste, he just came around and did something different with
the Silvers.
We got everybody. We got a lot of people. Tank and the Bangers.
Shout out to Tank and the Bangers, man. I love them. I love Tank. Tank and Jelly are the homies. Homies.
We got PJ Morton.
Get you something. Shout out to PJ Morton too. I like PJ. Luke James is from New Orleans. Lucky Days from New Orleans. Ombre is from New Orleans. I like Ombre a lot.
We have a lot of Frank Ocean from New Orleans.
Yep, he is.
J Electronica, New Orleans.
J Electronica is from New Orleans. No Limit Cash Money.
Of course, you know that. But that.
All of you, all of the No Limit artists wasn't.
Oh, they wasn't from New Orleans. Right,
I mean, not like from they weren't all jamming.
They
weren't all jamming. No, they was
Yeah, that was wet and wet. You know what I'm saying?
But but no, man. Love them. Solange had moved out there for a long time.
I believe she's still.
I think she's
there
still
in New Orleans.
Probably, yeah. Shout out to Solange, man. H-Town, that's Southside. Yeah, man. I like It's some very robust. Like every major city with a high concentration of black people, they got it.
Oh, yeah,
they got something. DC got it. Miami got something in they water out there.
Yeah.
Man, it's just so much of it. I mean, Dallas, they make a case for just being a super talented city. They got a lot of talented people out there in Dallas, man. So
yeah, shout out to you, man. Yeah, man. So look, we got to get out of here. So Jack, you got to give the people your Instagram, social media. Where can they find you? I know you say you're gonna be at PV this weekend.
Yep.
So we got one coming. That one went out. That's all good. We still got this one.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Yeah.
So where you gonna be at? Instagram and all that stuff.
Doing PV Homecoming October 25th after the game. We're not shutting down at 7:00. I am Jack Freeman on Instagram. I am Jack Freeman on TikTok. Jack Freeman JR on Twitter. Jack Freeman Music on Facebook. I don't really use my Facebook. The website is coming. It's almost done. The merch is almost done. The album Nina is out. The Nina Deluxe is also out now. We're doing a chop not slide version of that. We're also doing a vinyl for the album. Gonna drop this merch soon. And then, if you're in Houston, you can randomly find me at your local watering hole.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in to the show. You already know what it is with me. Y'all know where to find me. I'm somewhere where the wind blows, wherever that may be. You know what I'm saying? So, man, but Jack, man, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Appreciate you having me, man.
It was a pleasure, man, especially getting to go through your brain on how you look at love and how you look at music, and then, the the artistry and people who influence you, and being biased of Brian Michael Cox. But it's all good.
And also I just want to say, I know that this is kind of a timestamp, but I want to say in advance that I'm sorry that we had to beat y'all on y'all homecoming.
It's all good. It's all good. You're right. Look, we're rebuilding right now, so we're in a rebuilding phase. If PV beat us for homecoming last week, it's okay. Fund. Don't worry about that.
We need a building fund.
We're going to get PV coach and bring him over there.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
So, guys, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Once again, shout out to my sponsors, man, 605 Adult Beverages, called Audio, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you tell a friend what we got going on. Make sure you guys go to church this weekend and pray. Pray for somebody that needs it. Pray for me. I need it.
Hallelujah.
There it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't going to leave out singing a church song, but, I appreciate you guys. Jack, man, you got words of encouragement before we get out of here, man?
Man, everything great in life happens with love. No matter what the discipline is, the greatest people at that discipline are great because they love it, and great because they love it enough to evolve with it and to continue to show up for it every day. You cannot be great at anything if you don't love it.
There it is.
So you can be good,
not great.
You'll never be great. So love what you do, love the people around you, love your family, love your friends, love yourself more than anything, and
that's it. That's it, man. I appreciate that. That's the word of the month right there. Look, not the word of the week. That's the word of the month. Love yourself. Be. Right. Y'all be good, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Love y'all. Can't do nothing about it. Peace out.